And I read the book, and that changed my life.
Yes, one book changed your life.
And I call that, by the way, it's not just a mindset, it's a psychology. People don't do what it takes to get what they want. It's only 10 things. A mindset is exactly what the words say. It's a set of thoughts in your mind. Because if we know something, it doesn't mean it's going to get done.
How you can have that in you, the most of the time?
Yeah, but how do you get that in you? Any process or any skill can be learned. And so, to answer your question, how I'm able to do that.
If you don't want it, I have to do it anyway.
If I tell you something, you might go, yeah, you might believe it. But if you tell you, you're gonna believe it.
I want to ask you about coach for me right now.
Yes.
I'm so excited, and it's a privilege and an honor to have you in my country. Joseph, thank you for coming. Thank you. You don't have no idea. And I didn't have idea that you would come to Panama once to this event. And I would never saw that 1990, and before 2000, I was in the UPW and I saw you there. You put me like in my head, like to think bigger.
Well, thank you. And I'm honored to be here. And this is actually, I've never been, this is my first time here. So thank you for having me. I'm so excited as well.
It's a blessing to have you here. For all the people who going to the event tomorrow.
Yes.
We say in Panama, we say el gallo tapado. We say that you are the underdog. So people are going to be like, what is this?
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Well, they're going to find out.
Yeah, yes. So to me, it's like I told you, like it's a privilege to have you here next to you because I don't have like a script to make any questions.
That's best.
That's best, and because I want to take the most I get it from you because you are coaches, billionaires, millionaires, athletes, actor figures, academic winners, Grammy, and this is an honor. And I'm going to take advantage of this because I know you charge for this, so it's going to be free for me.
My pleasure.
So, what do you think? How can people go further and faster in their goals, and why they know something in their mind but they don't do it?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, first off, I like to kind of define what, like things like further, faster, or anything. I like to define it so that we can all be on the same page. And further, faster to me is, and I ask people this all the time, do you want what you want sooner rather than later? And the answer is always yes. It doesn't mean that you don't get to take your time and be patient on things, but in terms of the things that we want to have in our lives, you might as well get it sooner rather than later. And I always say that we all want the same thing. I say to be wealthy, but wealthy means to be healthy, happy, and financially abundant, and everything else that goes around there as well. But to answer your question as to why people don't do what it takes to get what they want, it's only 10 things, and they are what I call the toxic 10. Procrastination, hesitation, fear of failure, fear of success, self-doubt, self-loathing, imposter syndrome, stress, overwhelm, and fear of rejection.
Wow.
And that's in the way of all of us. It's the reason why we don't do what it takes, because we all want to be successful. We all want to be successful sooner. But when it's time to do those things, and I, first off, we're going to talk tomorrow a lot about business and about making money and everything. But it's the same with anything in our lives. And to get people to recognize that, but then do something about it, not just know it. Because if we know something, it doesn't mean it's going to get done. I always jokingly say that fat people that want to lose weight, they don't lose weight not because they don't know how to lose weight. Stop eating so much. Yeah. Move your body. I know that's simple, but if you do that, that's the truth. But to get people to diet or to exercise or to, in business, make those calls or, talk to people, that's scary to a lot of people. It's uncomfortable to people. And I look at somebody like you. You're the best in your business in this country, what you do. But you get out there and do it. You told me yesterday about your story, and how you get out there, you ask for what you want, and you're courageous enough to get out there. Well, most people don't have that kind of courage. People are afraid. And so one of the things that we're going to go over it a lot tomorrow, is how people shrink that toxic tin and replace it with something else that helps them go further, faster.
Great. And how did everything start for you in doing all this thing that you were changing people, millions of people around the world? So you traveled, you were in Thailand, you were in Australia, and now you're in Panama, and you're going, I don't know where next. And
well, it was 4 days ago, I was in Thailand. And then 5 days before that, we were in Australia, Brisbane, Melbourne, and Sydney. And so all over the place. And I'm honored to be able to do that because somebody did that for me. When I was at the worst times of my life, when I was 17 years old, 3 grown men tried to take my life because of the color of my skin.
Oh, wow.
It devastated me, and I became homeless. And what changed it for me, Beto, was somebody helped me. Somebody gave me the book Think and Grow Rich and almost made me read it. And I read the book, and that changed my life. But the reason, to answer your question, what makes me do what I do is when I went back to that person that gave me the book to thank him. And I said, thank you for having done this. How do I repay you? What he said to me is, you repay me by doing what I did for you for as many people as you can. And that's why I do what I do.
Wow. So yes, one book changed your life. And average people, they don't read any books.
Yeah, it's a lost art.
So in all this year, the one thing that I saw you is your fitness. And the fitness have to come with also the mentality, the mindset.
Yes.
So in everything, in every aspect of that, what do you suggest to the people that are watching this podcast?
Well, it's interesting you say mindset, because across the board, yes, mindset is important. You have to have the right mindset to succeed in anything. However, most people, they don't A, know what a mindset is, B, know what is the best mindset for them to be successful, and C, how to make that mindset be their mindset so that it's inside of them. So like I said, I like to kind of break it down and explain it in simple terms. A mindset is exactly what the words say. It's a set of thoughts in your mind about a subject, whether it's making money, whether it is, your health, your fitness, whether it is relationship, whatever. It's just those thoughts that make you believe a certain thing. That's it. And so the answer to the second question is, what's the best mindset for you, for anybody else, for the person that's watching this right now to be successful? And that varies because it depends on the field. What's the best mindset for money? What's the best mindset for a relationship? What's the best mindset for real estate and things like that? And so there's a process of being able to find out what that is. But there's some general mindsets that are important. And that is belief in oneself that you can do something, belief that you deserve it, belief that you, no matter what, you're going to succeed, and all of those things. So those beliefs, if you have the fundamental beliefs about yourself, then you can do anything. Because as you look like, we're going to have the greatest, Roberto here tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, Roberto.
That guy's got a mindset. That guy's got and I call that, by the way, it's not just a mindset, it's a psychology. Okay. He embodies it. He believes he's going to be the best. You were telling me last night, some of the things. But if you're going to be a fighter, you want to have that mindset. But the trick is, he's got that, and whatever circumstances that he went through in his life to bring him to that, whether it was, when he was a child or something happened to him or whatever, that's him. But how do you get that in you? And the answer to that is something we call neuroencoding. And that's simply programming yourself to believe something, or programming yourself so that you automatically rise to the occasion. You automatically squash that toxic tin. You automatically default to your absolute best without having to do something about it. We call that conditioning. And so that's what we're going to do tomorrow, by the way. So everybody that comes tomorrow, we're literally I'm going to show you. We're literally going to do something, and people are going to go, I can't believe I can't believe that way. And they'll get the best out of themselves. So they at the very least get to see what it's like. And then their next step is let's program that inside you. So when you take it into your business or you take it into whatever you're going to do, you automatically go there. The fear reduces and the courage increases.
So we have the process and the tools to get that. And we are becoming what we think about ourselves every day. And we are the decision that we made yesterday.
Yes.
So the belief is very important, as you said.
Yes.
And tomorrow you will embrace that. And,
we're not just going to embrace it. We're going to do it. Because, look, I always say this. If I tell you something, you might go, yeah, you might believe it. But if you tell you, you're going to believe it. And so that's part of programming. So the way you tell you, or anybody that's going to be there tomorrow, they're going to see it and experience it. And when you experience it, it's better than knowing something. It's better than reading something in a book. It's better than hearing something. Because you experience it, and now you know this is true.
Wow.
And when you know it's true, then you've told yourself and you start to program yourself.
We were talking yesterday about energy.
Yes.
And you feel the people energy.
Yeah.
There are good energy or bad energy. How we can get more, because you never stop. You never stop. I mean,
you just don't see. I don't stop as much as a lot of.
Maybe in the plane. Maybe in the brain where you see, but the energy you bring to the table, is like invade the whole room.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
How you can have that energy all, the most of the time?
Yeah. First off, people think people that have energy, they're born with it. No, energy is manufactured, meaning you create it, and it's also a process. See, it's going to sound arrogant. People see me on stage. You said it. You see me on stage, and I'll light up the room, and I'll go in there and it's going to be that way tomorrow. I promise you. And you come here tomorrow, I promise you that it's going to be that tomorrow. You're not just going to feel my energy. You're going to feel your energy. But people think it's just something that's natural. No, it's a process that I do, and any process or any skill can be learned. And so, to answer your question, how I'm able to do that, it's a set of things that I do to make myself that way. And then I do it to make it so that it's my mindset. I've conditioned myself. And anybody can do it. When you know the tools to be able to do it, and you do it to yourself, then it becomes your skill set. And then they have that energy as well, because everybody's got energy.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a coach for me right now.
Yes.
I'm an assessing selling guy. But sometimes to do this event, we made like 100 and 250 calls per day. And it's very intense. So I do the insurance business. I have to take care of the family, all those things together. And my mom is in the hospital right now. Thank God it's better. And sometimes I just don't feel like.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to just be relaxed. Like I told you, on Sunday, I will be in my apartment in the swimming pool with the turn off the phone. So when you have that kind of feeling, how you can change that, you have to do it now. You have to show up. Even if you don't want it, I have to do it anyway. How you can, get to do that?
Two things. Number one, it is important that you don't just go. I know you, and you're just like, you're driven and you're going to go. And what you're talking about is something called burnout. In other words, when you're working so much and you have a goal and you got to keep going. Let me tell you a real quick example. Harvard and Stanford did these experiments a while ago, and they were dock workers that unloaded freight off of the boats, and they took, say, 50 of them, and they said, you're going to work from 8 o'clock in the morning till noon, and then at noon you're going to take a break for lunch, and then you're going to come back, and then you're going to work all the way till 5 o'clock. And they measured how much productivity they got done. And then they took another group of people and they said, you're going to work 8 o'clock in the morning, 45 minutes, and then you're going to take a 10 or 15 minute break. You're going to work another 45 minutes, 10, 15 minute break, all the way till noon. Then you'll go to lunch. You'll come back, 45, 10, 45, 10. And they measured how much they did. The people that took the 10-minute break, they did almost 20% and more than the others that did. So it's really, really important. And I say this to achievers all the time. It's really important to listen to yourself, but schedule time off. Schedule time to go, All right. And just go meditate or relax or, get away from that, because that gives us the energy. And then we feel like we want to do it.
Okay.
And they did it the opposite way. They did the ones that took the breaks and they had them work all the way through and they worked less. So that's number one. And then number two is, if you have to get something done, but you don't want to do it. Okay. Here, watch me. This is going to be silly, but it's just the truth. Here's what we look like when we have to do something and we don't want to do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. That expression and the way that we hold our bodies reduces our energy, and it increases the bad feeling of us wanting to do something. So it's the same thing. Is when you're like this, you got to stop and shake it out, and sometimes stand up and walk around the room for a second. Take some deep breaths. Take a break from this. Change all this stuff, because then it makes your body flood your body with endorphin, dopamine, oxytocin, and all the things that make us feel good. And you're making yourself feel good in a time that you weren't feeling bad. But you got to interrupt that pattern first.
All right.
You do that enough times, then pretty soon they'll do it automatically. So what'll happen is you go, I don't want to do it. Oh, I caught myself. Take a deep breath and you move around and do it. And you get more done.
Oh, thank you. It's going to be very helpful for me.
Yeah, for most achievers.
So, Joseph, now that here in Panama, the people are watching this because we're going to bring in too much to the table in Latin America, because we were talking about that yesterday. What do you think they would expect, or what are you going to give it to them at the bootcamp? Because we're going to roll that. Because with the bootcamp, when I did the bootcamp, it was only half day. From 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's it. But now you're coming to the table to give more to the people. That's what we want.
Yeah. So I would say you have to be there.
Yeah.
Because this is the first time that I am in Panama. And it's the first time I get to share with you the things that I share with you. I have the privilege of working with some amazing millionaires and billionaires and movie stars and all that stuff. And what I am going to share with you tomorrow, and what we're going to do tomorrow, it's not going to be just me talking. I'm going to work you like crazy. I'm going to show you several things. Number one, exactly what makes you do what you do, how you function as a human being, and how to use that information to get the best out of yourself. Number two, we're going to have an experience together where I promise you something's going to happen where you're going to go, and you're going to learn something for the rest of your life that you're going to remember it for the rest of your life, and you're going to do it for the rest of your life. And then number three, I'm going to give you some skills so that when you leave the seminar, you're going to do something with it. Because we all go to seminars, we all go to things, we learn things, but we don't always, you said this in the very beginning, we don't always do what we know. So I'm going to give you something so when I'm gone, you'll continue to do that. And then I'm going to give you something to do that's 3 months from now. Because see, people don't think about that. People go and they go, oh, I learned so I can do this now. What are you going to do in 3 months? And so I'm going to make sure that I take care of you. We are going to take care of them. Learn some things, do some things together. You're going to learn what makes you do what you do. You're going to learn some skills about how to program yourself, if you will. And then you're going to learn what to do 3 months from now. And that's really, really important. You're going to get some things that and again, this is the first time in Panama, but I travel all over the world and people soak this up. But the best part about it is not only do they do it, but they get results. And everybody that's going to be there, I love this, that it's not selling, it's influence. Well, what is influence? And who has to be, you're going to answer this, you're going to learn this tomorrow. Who has to be influenced first?
Yeah.
And we're going to learn how to do that.
That's awesome. And we're talking about this yesterday and today, this afternoon, this morning. Something coming on to Panama, the bootcamp with Joseph McClendon III.
You're part of it, yeah.
So I'm honored. I'm like, wow. And we're gonna rock it. We're gonna rock the Latin American community.
Absolutely. I'm ready. And I believe that it's time here.
So one more thing. What is the means is not selling its influence to you?
Say again?
What is the meaning to you is not selling its influence?
Oh, because selling, first of all, people don't like to sell and people don't like to be sold to because it's uncomfortable and most people feel uncomfortable. Selling means I want you to buy what I have. Okay.
Okay.
So, but that's one way. I want you to do that. Okay.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to get you to just buy what I want. Influence is different. influence is allowing that person to feel something like they want what you have. And then when they do, and not just by showing them the benefits, but touching them emotionally. It's like you said, when I go on stage, it's a process, it's a system, and all I do is influence. And because, like I said before, if I tell you something, you might believe it. But if you tell you something, you will believe it. And so how I get you to tell you something, I'm influencing you, asking the right questions. And some of it is showing up with my energy, caring about you. Because a lot of people will go into selling and it's just like, okay, I don't want to do this. This doesn't feel good. And what if they don't buy from me and all that stuff? But if you approach a situation like, I'm going to serve that person, and what is my best? And I know this is how you are anyway. You're such a giving and loving person that you go into it, what it's going to benefit for you. And people can feel that. And when they feel it, then they've been influenced. The second piece of it is, I call it a significant emotional event. And that is what makes us learn and what makes us go, oh, yes, I want that, is when we have a significant amount of pleasure or pain attached to something. And so we do that with our words. We do that with our energy. We do that with examples, stories, and things like that. And that's how you influence people. And so I would say the number one thing is connection with those people. Just, and there's an energetic way to do that, and there's a physical way to do that. And the second thing is caring about that person first, how I'm going to serve that person, whether they buy from me or not. And then here's what happens, because they feel that, then they feel like, I want to deal with this person, And you, in the insurance industry, you don't just make the sale once. They keep paying you month after month, and they do that because they believe in you.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Joseph, thank you very much. You're going to run Panama tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Come on, Dad.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Joseph.